Hey guys, welcome back to another review slash tutorial of another item from the game. So the Tempest was recently released and is currently available for like another day while the summer event is going on. So here it's detailing everything that you need to know about the Tempest, including things like its burst and cycle DPS. So the difference between those is the burst DPS is how much damage it can put out in a single clip. The cycle factors in the reload time in addition to that. So with the 10-second reload, how much damage per second is it still doing there. So you can go ahead and go back or pause it, whatever you want, if you want to review that information again, or you can go to the War Robots Wikia page, which is where I grabbed that information from. Those guys do a great job down there. It's really actually a super useful resource in the game. I've used it since I started playing, so link in the description for that. So I really enjoy the Tempest for a lot of reasons. So when I'm looking at any robot or weapon in the game, I look at 1, its viability, 2, its reliability, and 3, its versatility. There are other factors that I look at as well, but those are some of my biggest things. So as far as versatility, how, you know, what or viability, how, you know, how much can I do with this weapon? Like, is it viable in its position that it's been launched in? So as a long / mid-range weapon, how well does it do there? So the Tempest, as I've looked at it and as I've played with it, I've tried to put in as many rounds as I could before I made this so that I could, you know, honestly and truthfully answer as many questions as I could about it. I really feel like it's a really solid weapon. So regardless of what your target is, you're able to, you know, to dish out damage. It could be an Ansel shield, it could be a Lancelot, it could be a light robot. It can dish out damage, and obviously there's some differences there that you do need to take into account when you're selecting targets. But it does work well in the situations that they've slated it for. Now, as far as reliability, it does reliably put out damage. So I find that underneath 450 to 500 meters, most all of your bullets are hitting, especially if it's a non-moving target. And under 400 meters, regardless of if the target's moving or not, it seems like the projectile speed is fast enough that you're still able to strike your target. So within 400 meters, you're able to put out full damage, and that's pretty good because then you can stay away from things like Terrans and Orkans and still output really solid damage. And so again, with that viability, it works really well on multiple setups. So with the Natasha here, I've run it with geckos on it, I've run it with punishers on it, and I've run it with magnums and stuff, and I find that with all of those, it actually does a pretty solid job. Now, running it on the Lancelot is something that probably a lot of you are interested in, as you can gain protection from your physical shields, but also, you know, be able to output pretty solid firepower still. So my favorite setup on the Lancelot actually was running it with the Punishers. I've run it with Molots before. Punishers was my favorite though, because it encourages me to move in and grab beacons and still be a solid support to my team in that way, rather than just supporting by, you know, taking out maybe other support bots and stuff like that. So you can see me there focusing their support bots to try to whittle them down. This setup was one that actually surprised me. I wanted to try it out to see if, you know, having one additional Molot just to help with the long range encounters before, you know, moving in with your Punishers, and it actually worked out super well. The Golem is one that probably a lot of you are interested in, especially, so right now I'm running it in champion level play, and it actually worked out quite well. So the damage output still from the Molots, in addition to the Tempest, it worked out quite well for me on multiple rounds. My favorite setup to run it on was on the Butch. The reason that I like it is because of the constant firepower that it provides. You only have to dip behind cover for, you know, 10 seconds, but that's after a long time of being able to, you know, continuously fire, because you can swap to your fresh set of Tempests. So my Tempests that you guys are seeing here, these are level 11. Can't afford to get them up to level 12 yet, or maybe ever, I don't know. So, but it's outputting pretty solid damage still. So if you think about it, the way that these are running right now, so each one is outputting like 94,000 damage. You guys can go back to the beginning of the video and take a look at that table again. And as far as other mid or long range weapons, they don't output that kind of damage. So if you think about like 3 Tridents, they'll output, you know, about 60,000 damage, a pretty solid amount of damage there. But in these up close, one thing that's really nice about them is the high damage output that they have. So you're not a sitting duck when, you know, the enemy's brawling bots, their close range bots, move in. That's one thing that I really like about it. So that versatility that it gives you to either play at mid or long range. So here, pressuring this Lancelot off of the beacon, the height of the Butch allowing me to shoot over and past the shields there. And I ate a lot of damage, but was able to help support my teammate take him out with his aphids. I took a lot of damage during that encounter. Obviously, I had almost full health prior, but I'd been able to use this bot quite a bit, and I wasn't super worried about, you know, staying in it for too much longer, especially since we were doing quite well. So as far as the versatility that it gives, I really enjoy that it's versatile at ranges. You do more damage the closer you get, and it's also versatile on setups. So the Butch is probably my favorite setup with it, and the Carnage is a very close second. I really enjoy the speed that the Carnage has, the addition of the Ansel shield that it has on the built-in Ansel. It makes it really nice. It gives you a lot of versatility for what you can do with the Tempest because of the speed that you have. You can close gaps, and you can move in when you need to move in, or move out when you need to move out. Go and grab a beacon. I really enjoy that. So that's I guess that's kind of my tutorial on the Tempest. You can use it at multiple ranges. It works on multiple setups. It's not just like a Fury that you can run them on. It's not just a Butch that you can run it on. You can actually, I mean, I even ran it on a Shoots. I should have included some of that. But anyways, if you guys have a Tempest, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Do you like it? What don't you like about it? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I would highly recommend buying a Tempest. And if you guys have any further questions about it, drop a comment below. But for me, should you get it? Should you forget it? I would definitely recommend getting it if you can. I'm sure maybe in the future it'll be available, hopefully for a different currency, kind of like the Wild West bots were, but I would say it's even worth getting right now. So anyway, drop a comment, let me know what you guys think about it, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.